Uh,
All right. Welcome to another episode of Just Cooling Podcast. I am Country Red and you are.
DJ Quinn.
And I am Miss Dawson.
All right.
I
All
am
right. Our
Mad
special guest
Maddox.
tonight. That's right, man. Give
My
everybody your
bad.
resume, Maddox.
Resume.
yeah,
Just an independent MC out here trying to spread the word, But I started really putting out music. I would say they got any kind of recognition in about 2009, 2008. I had a group that I was a part of called Guerrilla War Tactics, and
Okay.
it was me, MC from Sweden, and a DJ from Germany, and we put out an album called The Invasion, and then
Hmm.
did some solo shit from about 2010 until currently now. Got, I think, 4+ projects available on Apple Music and all that stuff, solo albums. I don't think The Invasion is available anymore. I think it's on some pretty exclusive shit now. Um, but I would say that's probably the album 2009 that really kind of got me some exposure. And yeah, about that time, I started touring pretty heavy, Europe, the UK, Canada, across the states and stuff like that. But yeah, several studio albums, hella fucking live shows, and just trying to keep at it and keep motivated these days. You know what I mean? There's a lot of I feel though that like hip hop. I might be changing gears here on y'all, but I feel like hip hop is kind of in like a renaissance era right now, and we got a lot of cool shit that's coming around. So just trying to be a part of that. You know what I mean? To stay on my shit.
trying to stay relevant.
Yeah, man.
What was one of your favorite cities when you was on your tour with or
Um,
country wise?
I did a lot of shows in Spain, man. Something of Barcelona. It's a beautiful
Oh
city.
wow.
I've been there several times. I've been in a lot of cities in Spain, France. France is fun, but I would say Barcelona is probably somewhere I couldn't go enough. You know what I mean?
What was the vibe like in Barcelona?
Man, it's different. It was real different. I was kind of stuck on my Long Beach shit, but I remember we were out there and it was just cool, man. People, you go to like, I remember getting out there and it was right around when my daughter was born when I first started touring. So it was kind of a emotionally intense point in my life all around. But I remember getting there and being kind of just thrown off. Everybody was super chill, and you go to the little like coffee shops and stuff like that, and people are just like rolling up at the table, and nobody's giving each other a hard time about it. It wasn't, but it was like out in broad daylight kind of shit where like I'm used to kind of having to be a little bit of secretive back in those days with that shit, but at least not at a eating or drinking establishment that wide out in the
What was
open.
the show you were using the sound clip you downloaded for again? Was it Fullerton?
Was that? Who was that?
All right. I have a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, what do you think that you're bringing to hip hop that is missing? Like, do you feel like something's missing in hip hop, and what are you bringing that could be missing?
Um, what do I don't know if I feel like something is missing in hip hop per se, just because my approach is like hip hop is something that we all live. You know what I mean? Whether you're an
Hmm.
artist or whether you're a fan or you just growing up like we do. I think we're all a part of it. But
Hmm.
I think that it's easy, kind of like an easy default answer would be like a lot of this mumble shit, like lyricism. I feel like for a while there was kind of lost in translation. People were focusing just
Yeah.
on like catchy shit and production, which is cool. Like all the blessings to the producers and stuff. But like I was saying before we jumped on live, I feel like hip hop right now, especially, is in a cool like kind of renaissance period.
Mm.
I'm a lyricist myself. I put a lot into my craft. I hold myself accountable for that, and I think that we could always welcome more of that. But I've always
Mhm.
been. I feel like it's kind of what people. Everyone's got a different uh, take on what they take out of from hip hop. You know what I mean? I'm definitely all
Yeah.
about what we contribute, and myself, I feel like I contribute. Substance lyrically, a message, kind of some think outside the box, do your own research, make up your own mind. You don't got to be spoon fed a narrative, but
Mm.
I feel like there's a lot of dope lyricists that I would say in the last 5-6 years have been emerging and bringing back kind of a golden era. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a lot of cats that I know personally that I feel like we've been doing that for as long as I've known them to be artists. But I would like to see more of it. I would like to see more lyricism and more. I love DJs. I love cuts and scratches and shit like that. That's one thing I could definitely say I would like to see more of. I
Mm.
try to incorporate a little bit more of myself in my music, but I've been doing that for since the GWT, like that 2009, 2008. I've been incorporating it, but I would like to see some more of that because technically that's like the foundation. You know what I mean? I don't think the
Yeah.
DJs get enough of. So
You hear that, Red? We don't get enough credit, so I think you should
that's facts. That's facts.
start paying me a little bit more, Red.
Man, I got you on the railway plan, bro. So what was the first hip hop song you heard that made you want to just do it? What was the very first hip hop song that made you like, you know what, man, I gotta do this?
Man, it's. I'm actually putting myself on blast here, and I think this answer is funny as hell. But I would say I think the first shit that I remember hearing was like Crisscross.
Oh
Like,
shit.
you know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that. Chris
Like
Cross
that
was
was
dope
I
though.
don't know what that.
yeah.
That
When
was
I
dope.
remember when that shit dropped, I was like, yo, like these fucking like there was young kids, they was fucking putting it down. I was like, the beats
Absolutely.
was funky and shit. I was like, yo, I could do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but like the first shit that really influenced me as like an artist, I would say was probably like Public Enemy or something like that. When I felt like I was like, damn, like they're really saying some shit
Mm.
that isn't normally said. People aren't really spitting that shit. You know what I mean? For the most part. So to me, that was powerful. You know what I mean?
What? Let's talk about your EP, Son of Samson. Well,
All right, all
Mm.
right.
let's get into that. How many? What was the name behind the Son of Samson anyway?
Um, I'm my pop's family. His origin is we're from like technically Morocco, Israel.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
Samson was always like a is Israelite hero and the kind of like the Jew Hercules, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was but it was like in a kind of an artistic expression sort of way. It was like a symbol of strength and kind of trying to hold shit together in the face of some deceptive odds. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that with hip hop now, there's select few that are trying to tie the culture or keep those ties on some real, not only fundamental. Obviously, like growth is welcomed, and but I think that Samson in his story, he's like holding the pillars together, and he's trying to keep shit from collapsing. And to me, it just seemed like me. I wouldn't say like a last hurrah, but it was something that because I had gone through some ins and outs with the industry myself, all the way up to fucking with management from Slaughterhouse and shit like that, and
Mhm.
just there's a lot of crazy shit, man, that really opens your eyes to things that you hear the stories about when you're coming up, and people tell
Mm.
you about industry snakes and everybody's gonna try to fuck you over, and then you're like, nah, but not me though. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm gonna get it. And I just had some bad management and other things like that. But I think that in the face of that adversity, in the face of shit kind of crumbling around me, as far as that, my career wise, not crumbling, but like feeling like you said, maintaining relevance these days. I'm not really like a big, social media guru kind of dude. I don't do a lot of like posts and selfies and kinds of shit like that, or just like, I'm not, the most social media entertaining kind of musician or artist. So I just do me, and I focus on the craft and try to let the music speak for itself and be the legacy in and of itself. But yeah, man, I guess Son of Samson was kind of like something that I felt like I still had something to say, something to try to bring it all back to square one with my fan base and give them something, memorable. Did you
Right.
guys get a chance to hear it at all? Or
I heard the one song that you had on Instagram, but I was listening to a lot of your old stuff too, like the song
Yeah.
Barbarians, and there
yeah,
was a
yeah,
song called The Palace where you had the acoustic guitar, you kind of like singing and you rapping. I thought that was a
yeah,
little bit
yeah,
different, but it was real a dope concept, you know.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dope, man. Yeah,
definitely
that's
listen to
actually
that.
a new project that we're still working on right now. Me and the dude that was playing the guitar is my brother. He
Okay,
like my not my blood brother, but that's my fucking brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
got
He's
you.
a producer. He goes by Noho Kai. He plays all kinds of instruments, guitar, piano, all kinds of shit. Super talented. He spits too, like crazy. But I had actually wrote the past song to like a different beat. Like he sent me something else, and I was kind of going a different way with it. And we were in the studio one day, and he just had the guitar. We were just kind of taking a break, and he was just fucking around, like hitting the riff. And I was just like, "Yo, like, what's that from?" And he's like, "I'm just like fucking around." And I was like, just run it over and just like do it
Right.
again and again. And he kept like playing that little riff, and I just started like acoustically like spitting to that. And I was like, "Yo, man, like, just fucking record this shit." You know what I mean? And it kind of came about,
I'm
and then
glad you
he
did.
built the breakdown and the beat to it afterwards. And yeah, I'm not really a singer per se, but I wanted to try something different, and it
You
was
pulled
it
it
was a
off.
meaningful song to me. I appreciate that because I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Some of your
So,
music, I hate to do categories,
go ahead.
but you live in Cali. You're from there, right? But your
Yeah,
music to me, just listening to it is not your standard California music, the sound. Has
right.
anyone ever said anything to you about that or like mentioned that to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody's ever told me after hearing my music that they thought I was from Cali. They always think I'm
Yeah.
from
East
Philly or,
Coast.
or, or New York or something like that. And I've always been most like I got a lot of love. I know a lot of Cali artists out here. I've done, all kinds of shows with them. I just seen Locksmith the other day, out and just walking around, chopped it up a little bit. But I've done shows with him. I mean, there's a bunch of phenomenal Cali artists, but to me, I was always influenced by East Coast shit, and to me, it was
Hmm.
always most I guess, profound music that I resonated with. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
just stylistically, it was a sound that I was more into, and just so people have said I sound like anywhere from Immortal Technique to Jedi Mind Tricks or
Hmm.
nonfiction or shit like that. You know what I mean? But and some of those cats would definitely contribute to my influence and my listening, choices when I was a bit younger. And those guys, I give those guys props too, man. They definitely do their thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
Hey,
what is your favorite? Oh, I'm sorry.
man, don't get my mind down, man. Let me breathe in a question real quick.
Oh, bro, go ahead.
All right. So, how important is integrity when it comes to music or life in general? How important is integrity to you?
Oh man, that's it's right up there with respect and love. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
you gotta have that. I feel like, I mean, I say you got to from a place of like a code that I live by and that I follow. I feel like, man, you gotta have integrity as an individual. But I feel like a lot of that in this new generation, I'm gonna sound like an old ass man right now, but I feel like a lot of that shit that really created what I imagine we all fell in love with this music. It's not that important to other artists, maybe
Mm.
newer artists, stuff like that. I
Hmm.
get it. Everyone's trying to get the bag, whatever, all that shit. But I mean, if you to me, integrity is crucial in maintaining like an actual like legacy. I feel like what I mean.
Mm.
You can have hit records, you can have the the accolades and the plaques and stuff like that, but amongst artists, amongst your peers, having integrity and being true to your craft, I think is crucial and fundamental.
Yeah.
How,
Yeah.
how was that working with
Can y'all
Cat?
hear me?
Oh, go ahead, Rich. You say Red?
No, I was gonna say, can y'all hear my audio?
It's a
Family
little
members
low.
texting, they
It
can't hear
is
my
a little
audio.
low.
Okay, can y'all hear me now?
Still a little
Yeah.
low. I can hear you, but it's just a little low. It sounds like you're in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I gotta put this
It's it's
album.
it's still
And no
low though.
no judgments if you are, bro. Just
Hey,
The album coming real soon.
how was that? How was that? How was that working with cannabis?
Yeah. That's,
oh, that was a dream come true at the time, man. I still take my hat off. Cannabis is one of the nicest. Period. You know what
Right.
I mean? To me, I remember when it came about. I was kind of I was kind of in disbelief a little bit because I didn't want to get gassed. You know what I mean? I didn't want to
Right.
be like, yo, fucking
yeah.
what? Okay, cool, like bet. I was like,
Yeah.
I wanted to. I always try to stay humble and I always try to find room for improvement. I take my critiques real to heart. And I remember my manager at the time saying that he had something set up, and I remember I submitted my verse and we sent it over to Biss, and like he hit me up personally and was like, "Yo, like you a fucking genius," and I was
Mm.
like, what? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
because to me, there's a lot of descriptive words you can use in this world, and to like cannabis, like genius is something that I would
Mm.
classify his type of lyricism and his catalog under. Like he was dropping like protons and fucking neutron,
Right.
atomic, shit in his bars, and I was like, yo, hey, that dude's a fucking genius. So to hear him say that to me was crazy on its own level, but that was one of the biggest and first features I had ever done, and I'd always been a huge fan, and getting to work with him was a dream come true.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like the track. The track was hot too, man. The
I
track was real
appreciate
hot.
that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right. Heads or tails? That's
Wait,
Yeah.
so,
what y'all.
well, I'm gonna switch it just a little bit. Who's your favorite female artist?
Mmm.
My favorite female artist.
Good one.
Mm,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna say like Jean Grey.
Mmm.
Oh,
Jean
okay.
is Jean is she's fucking nasty with it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would have to go with Jean Grey probably.
Yeah. She got some
I have to look
skills for
her up.
sure.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to look her up. Jean Grey.
Oh,
Okay.
you ain't never heard of Jean Grey?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so. I don't think so.
yeah. I would
I'm gonna
say
look
there's
her
a
up.
there's an album she got called This Week, and
Uh-huh.
I would check that out. That'd probably be a good starting point for my input because it's got some cool kind of shit you could hear, like maybe some club shit, but like she really goes in on that album. And
Okay.
um y'all know like Quelle Chris's, like
No, I don't. Who is? I know
that's
who he
he's
is.
another dope MC. and they actually, I don't know if they're married, but they're a couple, and they do
Mm.
projects and shit together, which I think is cool as fuck. And
Oh, that's his name. Okay.
they both got some dope shit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
Hey, I'm gonna.
Okay.
like another artist to check out.
Ray, you gonna do the chat? What? Somebody in the chat had a question.
Yeah, yeah, okay. This is from my brother Chico. He said, who would you consider the top five transformational rappers?
Oh man,
He's doing the transformational. I almost had to look at that word.
transformational man, y'all hitting me on some deep
Let's say
shit.
transformer.
Top
What you
five
doing,
transformation.
Chico? You do.
Transformational.
No, that's a good ass question
It
though.
is.
Yeah, yeah. Word.
Top five transformational man. I would say. Can I say Wu Tang as one artist, or do I gotta name them individually? Like I think Wu
Nah,
Mm,
Tang.
yeah,
you can say him
you
as a
could say
group,
that
man.
because they did kind of they
I
changed the
think
game.
that whole movement, the whole
Yeah.
Wu shit, was
Mm-hmm.
transformational in and of itself. Um, maybe maybe Run DMC kind of set off some crazy shit, doing
Yeah.
some crazy collabs and shit like that. Beastie Boys and Aerosmith and all them.
Yep.
Um, I gotta give M his flowers. I think M
Yeah.
was a pretty transformational MC. I think when he came around, he switched a lot of shit up on people, kind of turned the game on its ear a little bit. Um, man, Pharaoh, I think Pharaoh Monch is
Mm,
top five
yeah.
of all time, and I don't know, maybe I would say a tie between Pac and Biggie. I don't know if we can do a top five transformational without them in it, but I think Pac more as the uh, he was kind of like the golden boy of hip hop. I see, you know what I mean? He was like
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
he did the acting. He was like a looked like a model. You know what I'm saying? He had that activism, that
mm,
raw.
Yeah.
He
Mm-hmm.
had that Panther upbringing and shit like that, and it was a powerful,
Yeah.
real strong dude. But then Biggie, like, what the fuck can you not say about Big? He came from
Right.
you know what he came
Yeah.
from and to what he became. So
mm.
I feel like there's probably some that are interchangeable in there, but I would feel pretty confident in those five, at least for me personally. So
All right, we're gonna switch it up. What? Give me five top songs that impacted your life.
man, I would say "Dear Mama" from
Mm,
Tupac
okay.
because I felt like that was a song that I wrote. You know what I mean? I felt a lot with that. You know what I mean? Me and my moms personally had some ins and outs. You know what I mean? Um, let's see, top five impactful songs. I would say, Simon Says from Pharoah Monch was just with that beat, with everything about it to me was just
Yeah.
like undeniable. You know what I mean? Um,
Wasn't that a Godzilla?
the
Yeah.
sample,
Yeah. Dun,
yeah, I
dun,
think
dun, dun.
so.
I think that was the sound. I think
Yeah,
that was. Yeah.
yeah. Uh, so what was that? Three or was that two?
Two.
Two.
My daughter trying to. Man, I would say probably like "Fuck the Police" from NWA
Mm.
was a big one for me.
Right.
Um, man, there's so many. I feel like there's so many ways. And my daughter don't want to let me. I'm about to make her say hi to y'all. Hang on
It's
one
all
second.
good. It's all
But
good.
let's see. Sorry if I'm taking too long. I
Nah,
take
you
this shit.
good, man. You good.
This shit is my
That's a
life.
hard question.
Trying to think like I don't know, maybe not so much the song itself, but I think just what it meant for the time in hip hop. Like My Name Is from M,
Mm.
because he
Okay.
kind of like came out of the blue with that. It was
Yeah.
produced by Dre. It was like, yo, what the fuck? But he was like talking shit on his own mom, and like nobody did that shit. You know, what I mean, it was a whole like. So that was definitely like an
Yeah.
impactful song. And then I don't know, man, maybe like Above the Clouds with Gangstar or something like that. You know,
I
Mm.
get that.
or some
Gangsta.
Mob Deep shit. Like it's
Yeah. Yeah.
or bring the ruckus or cream. I mean, I could. The list goes on. You
Mm.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm really so. I think I said more
Okay.
than five,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up.
that
Man, that's
list.
dope.
All right.
But dang, we might as well go ahead and do the Who You Got segment.
What's that?
Hmm. So we have this segment called Who You Got segment where you have to pick two artists. You have to tell
Mm,
us why. Now, I mentioned you kept saying Pharaoh Monster, so I'm trying to think bar for bar who could mess with him. I have to throw in Black Thought. Who you got?
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. For me, that's a real slim category, man. Pharaoh
Well,
Monch, I would say Black Thought. I would say
who would you take? Pharaoh Monch or Black Thought? Basically, that's what it is. The who you got segment. Which one would you pick?
I would go with Pharaoh, man. My vote is with Pharaoh. I mean, I think, but that's not to take nothing from Thought, because Black Thought is
Yeah.
he's like, I feel like as far as like impact and his catalog, he's been on his
Yeah.
own level, man. He's everything from where they started to, now you see the roots on like Jimmy Fallon and shit. It's like a whole
Mm.
fucking.
Right.
Well,
So I mean,
I'm gonna switch that question then.
all right.
Same question, but who would you take? Pharaoh Monch
Yeah.
or Most Def?
Mm.
Oh
That's
man.
Let me put my cup down.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Um,
Round two.
Who you got? Who you got?
I don't know. I might. With me, it's gonna be Pharaoh again.
Pharaoh again over
Mm.
Most?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
Most the mighty
All right.
Most is definitely up there, man. I can't take nothing from Mr. Bay, but he's I'm a Pharaoh. I'm a Pharaoh cat through and through. You know.
Right, right. Okay. All right. Yeah, Pharaoh.
One
And
more.
Pharaoh got some skills, man. Like,
Yeah, I mean Pharaoh's one
he's
of those artists. Like he's dope, but he's one of those where just as a lyricist, you at least for me, I listen and I mean some of his wordplay, some of the things he's saying,
hmm
you go like you listen to it again and you go back again and again, and I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah.
And then you pick up something else, like, oh, okay, I see. And then you're like, oh, but wait, he fucking, you know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
one of the things like I try personally to like mold my lyricism after is like I think that you hear the track on a surface level as a listener, but I've had like other lyricists or MCs or artists hit me up and be like, "Yo, man, that bar in this song or something is like there's like one sentence that got like four different meanings." You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Right.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's the beauty of the artistry that I find in that. You know what I mean? And Pharaoh was one of those artists that just I don't think too many cats can fuck with him on that level. I would say Black Thought though is up there, like Royce, like Crooked, Chino XL is fucking
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Oh
Um,
wow, I haven't heard that name in a
you
minute.
know,
The Chino XL, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I had that on tape back in the
yeah.
day. It was my high school. When I was in high school, in 12th grade, I had that tape.
Go ahead, Miss Dawson. Let's get into hold on. We're gonna get to Miss Dawson's wine.
Okay. No.
Let's get into your
Um,
wine session.
yes. My name is Miss Dawson, aka Dawson Jules. On Wednesdays, I do like a review on wine. I rate between 1 to 5 jewels, and then I display my beautiful jewelry. Well, I sell it. Okay,
All
and
right.
I also give you like a word for the day. Today I'm just having my favorite, sweet red.
Okay.
Um, I usually like Merlot, but today is a sweet red blend day. And so The earrings I had on my show last week are this one I call beach sand,
Other way. Go right
Who's the
there.
other one? Get right there. Perfect,
and
perfect.
these have been doing pretty good. I'm actually sold out. I had like 10 pair ready. I'm sold out on those.
Oh
And
wow, okay.
then this pair is called Queen.
Perfect, perfect.
That's dope.
So my earrings, I focus on symbols and colors and kind of like just a freestyle of me on my earrings. That's what I do.
All
But
right.
so
How much do
I
retail
want
for,
that.
sis?
Huh?
How much do that retail for? How much you sell them for? Do you know the price?
Oh,
Once you,
so
yeah.
this pair would be 20. They both are 20. They range from 15
Okay.
to 25, depending on the style and the size and all that. And you can find me on Facebook, Jewel Dawson, and on Instagram, Dawson Jewels underscore. On Facebook, I do a live at I changed it up to 7:30 Eastern time every Wednesday. And then my shop is on Etsy, Dawson Jewels.
That's dope.
Maddox, I have a question. I know a lot of time in certain things as far as your craft or your passion, there's always something that's pushing you, like your why. What is your why to keep going and to keep pushing?
Mm.
My why. Um, I would say my why has been blowing up my phone for the last 5 minutes. I would say my daughter, uh,
Yeah,
hands down, as cliche or maybe as
no, not at all.
arbitrary of an answer that might be.
Mm.
I definitely have tried everything in my power to provide her with a lifestyle that is absent of a lot of the things I experienced and
Yeah,
enriched with a lot of the things I wish I had experienced. And I think my why being her, to go a little bit deeper, would be just to show her, to set an example that I'm kind of a go against the grain type of individual,
hmm,
and I just hope that she can understand that she can do and be herself and be true to who she is and express herself in a way that's creative and she finds fulfilling and be satisfied with that and be able to find strength and be grounded in that throughout what life's going to throw at her. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
to me,
exactly. I do.
music has always been, you know, kind of like a father figure to me. I always say like music was kind of like my pops. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I
Hmm.
learned a lot as from lyricists, from artists, from songs and music in general. That is what swayed me and molded me to become an artist. And I hope that, I mean, she'll fuck around and freestyle with me and try to beatbox and shit like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she's got that artistic creativity also. And I
Hmm.
think in a world where uh, I think that people there's a weird dynamic to it, like a duality to artistry to me, because there's those of us that as artists we like embrace it and try to nurture it and bring, like, with you with your jewelry, you're trying to bring color and a piece of yourself into the world and the expression. You know what I mean? And I think
Hmm.
a lot of people are like wrongly threatened by that. You know what I mean? People will be like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
like,
get it.
oh, look at homeboy trying to fucking freestyle at the lunch. Oh, he thinks he's fucking cool or what? You know what I mean? And they
Mm.
might
Yeah,
not see that as like maybe an outlet for a young man or a young woman to be, hey man, like, this is how I vent. This is how I get it off my
hmm,
chest, and I don't go upside your head. You know what I mean? Or something. They may not know that dynamic of it, and I just think that that's something I hope that she can embrace and in whatever way that she chooses to express herself. And if I can help to nurture that, then that's my why.
most
That's what's
definitely.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you like doing besides rapping? Like, what other hobbies? that you like to do?
Strictly cage fighting. That's all I do. Nah, nah.
Oh,
I do no. I mean, I'll dabble, but no. I would say, honestly, right now, I feel like all I've been doing is working and just working
yeah,
towards that legacy. Both that word haunts me and motivates me. So it's
yeah.
but I would say just artistic creating. You know what I mean? I like to create. I like to express. I like to experience other people's expressions and other artistic,
Okay.
creations and stuff like that. I mean, I could go into, other getting out and, see. I'm personally, I love animals. You know what I mean? Like I love animals, and I would love to maybe somehow incorporate whatever I can to help bring awareness or some more support to animals and in their need of respect and all that too. But I would say what I like to do mostly as much time as I can spend with my kid and
Hmm.
help to make sure that she's getting what she needs to get out of life and yeah, maybe get out and experience nature every now and then. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Try to unplug and just get
Relax.
back to the essence. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely got to
yeah.
unplug.
Yeah.
So, how have you been able to balance being a father and an entertainer? How's that work?
Mm.
If you find out, let me know because I'm trying to figure it out. It's one of the most crazy things I've ever tried to do. I feel like unless you have a very very particular partnership
Mm-hmm.
with your child's other parent and understanding. Like I said,
Mm.
things can get misconstrued, things can get
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
twisted and weaponized, and things are just it's hard, man. Like I said, when I first started touring, my daughter was just born, and I was like
Right.
the first night I was out in Barcelona. I remember just like losing it. Like I went out, I got to my hotel room, I put my bags down. I was like, man, I'm fucking doing this shit, like looking out. It's nighttime, looking out over the city, thinking, man, as an artist, as a hip hop, you know, a child of this culture, this is all I ever wanted. I remember
Mm.
growing up listening to music and thinking, how must these people feel being on stage and their words are getting sang back to them and shit, you know what I mean? But long story short, I remember being out there and thinking I was finally taking that first step, and then like I kind of lost my composure and I just started bawling because as a
Mm.
father, I was like, man, like what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like I just had a baby, and now I'm like on another continent trying to pursue rap. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so as me as an individual before being a dad, that was the dream. That's all I ever wanted. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so to me, it's always been a tough balancing act because it's not always going to be supported or understood, especially if you're the creative type, and it might not be a mutual understanding on those grounds. So
Hmm.
to me, it's been rather difficult. Uh, it's hard to even being somebody that would consider myself pretty good with words. It's hard to always find the right words to convey some of those forks in the road. You know what I mean, to your child
Absolutely.
or to your family, and being true to yourself and what you feel that your purpose is, and also paying the bills, and also what I mean, making sure that baby girl feels loved, but you also
Mm-hmm.
giving yourself the proper due to accept and be in the moment of everything that you got happening because of all the hard work you've done. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
Right.
it's crazy. It's crazy deep, and it's been something I've been dealing with at different levels for the last 12 plus years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Mm.
So what's next for you? As far as like touring, you got some videos coming out. What's next on the?
yeah, man, I got another album that we're kind of just sitting on right now.
Okay.
Me and my homie Noho Kai, who I was telling you about, that played the guitar on that the past song.
Yeah. Matter of fact, he in the chat room.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Noah Kai Productions.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's my
Yeah.
Yeah,
fucking
that's
man
him.
right there. That's
He in the chat. He
Noho
in the
Kai.
chat.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
a
no, okay.
like I said earlier, man. He's a phenomenal artist, and he laid the foundation with all these beats. We're sitting on a fucking dope ass album right now. But with the way that things with social media, everything
Yeah.
is nowadays, it's interesting because to me, I'm a '90s kid. You know what I mean? I grew up, and you tried to bring originality, you tried to bring substance, you tried to bring content, and you did it in a way that, like, all right, I've been working on this body of work, and
Yeah.
now I'm gonna release it to you as a project. And I feel like I would get like, oh, a cool album, and I pop it in and try to listen to it, if I could listen to it all the way through and try to listen to it as one collective body of work, where
Mm.
that's how I still create music.
Hmm.
But I feel like the audience is kind of in a different gear right now,
Yeah.
and
Seem like nowadays is an album is probably less listened to. And more
yeah,
Yeah.
singles. You know what I mean? It's more of
yeah.
a single type out there. But
Yeah, and I've had countless artists and people, advise me that, oh man, like you gotta just if you got 8 songs and you got an 8 song album, you
hmm
got 8 singles. You know what I
right,
mean? Put
right.
out 8 singles, and
Mhm.
so I've kind of stayed true to the way I'd done things for a long time. But with this, me and my homie, my brother Noel Kai, our group and our album is called Genghis Complex.
Okay.
So like
Mhm.
Genghis Khan, but Genghis Complex, like a Napoleon complex, but I just tried to make it on some clever shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that album we're sitting on got some dope features. Like I said, crazy production, uh, cuts, everything. The whole shit is dope. But to me, it's a little different trying to do it where we got that. The Past was actually the first single off that album. Um, then we just dropped one called The Last Laugh.
Okay.
It's got Tone Spliff on the cuts, and we got new videos on the way, new shit coming. But I think we're gonna try to do it on some drop them individually as singles, and when
Yeah.
each single is dropped in succession, then we'll release the whole project as a whole. But that's something to look forward to. There's another producer I'm working on an album with right now called Level 13. Shout out to my man Level 13. He's out of Philly,
Okay.
and he fucks with everybody from. I mean, I think he's done beats from like Tony Yayo, 2 Chain, like all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? But he's a real dope producer. He's real nice with it, and we got some shit for that album coming out. We got some dope features lined up for that too, and there's always there's a couple artists that I'm always talking about putting out. I got a brother down in Orange County. His name is Anu322. We've been talking about doing an EP with Sea Lance for a minute. That's kind of coming together, but
Yeah.
we're both fathers. We're both working and trying to do all that we got to do. So that's a little bit slower going, but I would say that EP, the album, the Mad Levels is going to be me with Level 13 out of Philly. Genghis Complex is definitely coming first, and there might be a Son of Samson 2 in the works,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Okay.
trying to keep it fucking moving.
Have
So
you done an album with Birds?
Nah, but I'm down for that. I was actually talking to him about it because that would be a fucking fire ass album. So
Right.
all the love in the world to that man right there. That's my fucking brother.
That's what's up. Yeah, that'd be definitely a nice collab.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. So that's a little bit of
We gonna
what's coming down the pipeline, but man, I'm blown up.
all right.
What you
You
got,
want
Miss
me to
Dawson?
these helpful tips, Q?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ms. Dawson, do you have a question before we jump into that? Any more questions?
Um, no, I think I'm good. I'll wait.
Okay. I see how he run things.
You
Run things
what happened?
at the table. Messing with my sister, making fun of her, giving her a hard
Uh,
time. All right, so this segment is called Five Helpful Tips, and so 5 tips on why it is important to continue to pursue your passion. So why is it important to pursue your passion? Give us 5 tips on there.
um,
Fed.
Oakley.
The J.
Um, but I would say five reasons to pursue your passion would be
Yeah.
number one, just so you can be fulfilled with what you really feel like your purpose is. You know what I mean? Aside from all the other shit, just when it's like you in the mirror, you know what I mean? Like, you got to have something that through all the paying the bills, through all the relationships, you try to keep intact or let whatever, you know what I mean? I would say have something that fulfills you and that you really find that fulfillment in, like truly, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's kind of thinning out these days, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Another reason would be like I was touching on a little bit earlier, trying to just to share that motivation and share that enthusiasm with people you care about and other potential creators. You know what I mean? Um, I'm a deep thinker. I like to think I am, and I feel a lot of stuff isn't appreciated on a level it should be, and I think that deters a lot of creators from coming out and expressing themselves because maybe fear of misunderstanding or not being understood or all that stuff. I would say number three, it's it's important to for self confidence. You know what I mean? To be able to forge your own path and be able to do something because you like it and you don't need necessarily somebody else's approval or someone else to think it's cool. A lot of us do, but
Yeah.
it's you know, I would say probably, man. Um, I would say to I don't know. I don't know that I could go much. Can I just
It's
can I
a
just cut
hard
it at three? I
question.
know that I got two more. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons that you could say that are kind of on a, maybe not as deep as a level as I'm going for it, but I mean, like, it's good to, it would be good to, just for the sake of sticking something through, just for the sake of
Right.
Being
finishing
consistent.
what you start. You know what I mean? Like, set a
Right.
goal and smash that shit, and if not, work towards it and keep working, and when you get there, you get there. And say maybe fifth would be that thing that you're pursuing or that passion that you're pursuing will either it's going to teach you no matter what. There's always going to be something to learn from it. You know what I mean? You might learn that you had something that you could help other people with. You might learn that you had something that was of value, whether that be monetary or spiritual or whatever, to other people. Or you might just learn that you're a fucking whack ass rapper and you need to stop rapping. You know what I mean? So you're gonna learn something. So
That's hilarious.
Absolutely. Hey, it's a
Very
lot of
deep in
them.
that.
It's a lot of them out
yeah,
there for
Yeah.
yeah.
sure. There's
Oh
definitely a
yeah.
lot of them out there. So so let everybody know, man, where they can find your music at, where they can find you if they want to do some collaborations on or anything, man. Just give out your info.
Okay. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, all that shit. Maddox, Matt, second word Maddox. You can look. I think it's Matt Maddox on Instagram. Not really on Facebook too much anymore, but I think you can find it at facebook.com/Matt Maddox Music or something like that. Uh, Kind of just recently barely started fucking with TikTok, but that's just because my daughter wants me to be doing fucking dumbass dances with her.
Oh,
I'll do it, but you know what I mean. But I don't even know what my shit on TikTok is yet. But I'm trying to start posting some of my videos and get some content out there. Uh, but yeah, I'm mostly on Instagram. Like I said, my music, I got right now, I think 4 albums on Apple Music, Amazon Music, stuff like that. And you can always hit me up directly on Instagram or something like that. I got like some exclusive, maybe a handful of some hard copies of some limited edition stuff I did that I'm not going to be making more copies of ever
Okay.
again. So
okay.
I've been debating on whether or not to let some of those off into the breeze or just keep them for myself and just hand them out to those I see fit. But
Or you
yeah,
can do it.
mathematics.
You can do a what is that new thing they got at the EFTs?
The NFT,
And yeah, you can do an NFT on that joint.
yeah, that's that next level shit. We're trying to go NFTs next year, man. We'll figure
Yes,
something out, you
sir.
know.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you
Right.
guys having me on. Y'all got a cool ass fucking show here, and hopefully I wasn't too boring, and
Nah, you straight.
No,
Absolutely, man.
no, no,
Very
no, no.
informative.
shed some light, you
Boy,
know.
with the do the closing quote, Red.
All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with the closing quote, y'all. Go like this. People with great passion can make the impossible happen. I'm just gonna repeat that one more time. Real short, to the point. People with great passion can make the impossible happen.
You better
Leave
say
y'all with
that. Who
that.
said that?
That's
where you
facts.
I
That's
know.
all facts right there.
where you get that from, Red? Who's that? Who called? Who you get that from?
It's called Google.
Go-
Oh,
Fill in the
I,
blank.
Nah, I mean,
all right, hold on, wait. Before we get out of here, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Maddox.
oh
I need a
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I need a hot 8 or 16.
Oh man.
Put him on the spot.
Let's see.
Something
I'm
written, it
I'm
don't matter.
actually
Whatever.
I'm gonna read some shit, but
Okay, that works too.
that's just because you put me on the spot, and let's see.
man.
Hmm. Trying to see if I can end it on a note with kind of where we've been taking it.
You need a beat. Dawson, you gonna beatbox for him?
Oh no, I can't beatbox. Junior can.
Oh
No, I'm gonna
man.
find something. Here.
Nah,
Let's
you
see.
good. You good. Take your time.
Won't you spit a freestyle?
I'm gonna just
DJ Ken.
I'm gonna just spit a little 16. This is just some bar work. This ain't necessarily too deep, but the wordplay is there. Let me know if you follow it. All right,
Alright.
go. Nuts off the top. Safe to say that I'm screwed up. What I kick still making pay. I'll never be swayed with new bucks. Your entourage a menage a trois. I give two fucks. Your crew schmucks. Ain't a brotherhood, just clue clucks. You suck two nuts. Do what? This Jew bust like pipe pressure. Tight fresh and I blew up. Got the gin and juice in a few cups, plus the strong speech. I'm snooping Long Beach with the blue chucks.
Mm.
Guys is liars acting. I'm the flyest rapping. Y'all a joke. I want all the smoke like a fire captain. Mark McGuire batting, try and catch it. I'm snapping like your spine is cracking when you guys try and backspin like chiropractic. But still handsome like your mama tell me. Refined yet a grimy vet like Thomas Shelby. Big eagle close at hand like the ghost face bracelet. I take a stand and you take the stand and we won't trade places.
Bar.
Man,
That's
So-
ain't
it.
no beat to that.
We like that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Hey man, we appreciate that.
I
Absolutely.
appreciate that too,
Hey,
man.
salute to you, brother.
Yes.
Much love, salute to y'all. Thank you for having me.
Thank
Hey man, thanks for
you.
coming
I
by,
guess I
man.
did too.
Hell yeah. God bless y'all, man.
All right, Mathematics,
You
we
too.
out.
All right, God bless.
Peace, peace.
Peace.
We just cool in peace.